Coming to the stage.
Comes to the stage right now.
I thought I did. I hit the button.
Did you? Anyway, good morning, Sharon, and go Buckeyes. That's all I got to say. They played a really good game last night.
It's only
And
one game you haven't cheered for them in
which one was that?
against us.
Who? Ohio State?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't have nothing against Ohio State.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
That run, wide receiver, Jeremiah Smith. Oh my God.
It's because his last name Smith.
That's not it.
You know they're my people.
No. That's not it. That man, something else. I'm looking forward to seeing him play more in the coming years. I think they got to do 2 years in college and then they can go pro. He's definitely, if nothing happens, like as far as like he don't do anything stupid like killing somebody while driving drunk.
The fact that we have to say that. Go ahead and do your
unaliving somebody.
Go ahead and do your Love Brew introduction.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Anyway, welcome to another episode of the Love Brew podcast. I'm your host, Tommy T.
I'm Artika.
And she's Artika. That's my wife. And today, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today, man. A lot of stuff happened this week. And yeah, since the last time we talked to you guys, it has snowed.
A lot
in the South. And maybe you are in the North and you get snow regularly, but this is the first snow that we've gotten since, like actual snow, since 2018.
We had some flurries. But yeah, this is the first time that I can remember. I'm not gonna say this is the first time, but it's in my memory that we did not rain for days before the snow.
Yeah.
So it's not sitting on ice.
Yeah. And you know, we were here when Snowmageddon happened in 2014.
Yeah, that was 14.
Yeah, so
he was double teamed all day. They knew that freshman.
Man, that freshman is man. I'm glad Sharon brought it back up because I wasn't done talking about Ohio
I know you
State.
weren't. I just wanted you to. Good morning, High Vibe.
Good morning, High Vibe. But Ohio State is a much better team than I thought they were at the beginning of the year. And it's only because I don't watch Ohio State like that, but I've been forced to watch Ohio State for like the last 3 or 4 weeks.
I would say at least 3.
These guys are good. I mean, they are good. But the number 4, I'll put the house on him.
Oh, okay.
Not my house. You know what I'm saying? But like,
you hear me? Oh, okay.
If I was a betting man, I'm
happy.
betting on him.
I'm happy you're not.
He's a sure thing. You hear me? But no, Ohio State and Notre Dame. I'm looking forward to that national championship. 23 degrees. We got 3 inches.
I think we got more than 3 inches.
I don't know for sure how many inches we got, but I was seeing people, you know, do their little thing. And it was like, oh, it's 3 inches. It was like, oh, okay, that's a lot. But yeah, man, it's funny to actually have snow days down here because I sent you that reel of that guy, people in the South, and how they do the snow days. Like the first one was they look outside to investigate the weather. Then they call somebody and tell them it's snowing. I literally did that.
Y'all all right over there?
I looked out the window. I was like, okay, we ain't got the snow yet. And I kept looking out until the snow started coming. And then I called my mama. You know, we pretty much get the same weather most of the time.
Tommy's mom is about 2 hours away from us.
Yeah.
In another state, but
yeah, we
similar weather.
Yeah. So I called her. I said, y'all snowing yet? She said, I don't know. I was like, look outside. What is wrong with you?
When I talked to her, she was like, "It's my off day. I ain't got up out this bed."
I'm like, what are you doing?
I'm in Charlotte. We got a dusting yesterday. Folks was outside taking pictures.
Man, you should have seen the fun we was having outside, man.
I am. So
Li-
the kids had their first snowball fight.
Yeah.
Um, Quad is the absolute funniest. He told me to be still so he could hit me
Did
with a
he?
snowball.
Stop moving.
He said, "Be still, man, y'all." I said, "What?" He tried to throw it. He said, "I missed it." So then he picked up another one and he tried to throw it. And, it's funny because he throws well,
Yeah.
but that snow wasn't
He
leaving
just
his
he
hand.
just don't throw far.
That snow wasn't leaving his hand the way he wanted it to. So he literally walked up on me and just did this with his snowball and said, "I got you."
Man, Lily gonna made a snow angel. Um,
We made a snowman.
yep,
He was about this tall, but
right.
we made a
We made
snowman.
a miniature snowman. Um, Quad is
Quad
hilarious.
is hilarious. He is by far the funniest person in this house.
I don't know, man. I think my jokes, like when they on, they on.
Okay. Good morning, Deshauna. I have
good
laughed at you
good
this
morning,
morning
cousin.
as well because Deshauna made, I don't know how many Ike ain't ish posts in our comments. I was like, I felt it. I wanted to say the same thing. I tried not to cuss.
Yeah, that's difficult. Yeah, man, I was tagging Lily with them snowballs.
Hmm.
At one point, I was like, "Man, just hit your mama, man."
Just snow yesterday in downtown Detroit.
How much snow did you guys get in Detroit, man? But I didn't. I
I
didn't.
was I've never been in Detroit in the winter
I
at all.
that's a thing for me. I don't want to go up north in the winter because like in my mind, it's all bad.
I've only been to Detroit in June and July. June with you, and then I think July prior to you.
Yeah. See,
But
that was my first time in Detroit.
but mm-mm,
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
no.
I don't think my mind and my body is built for a cold like that.
She said you should have heard me out loud
Yeah.
while I was watching. Oh.
You want to shake that baby.
Do you hear me?
Man. So but no, the snow I love snow days, man. 9 inches. Good God.
I have been in Virginia in the snow before. It
Have you?
snowed right after President Obama's inauguration.
All my snow days have been in the South.
Technically, I guess I wasn't in Virginia. I was in Baltimore, but same thing.
And it's funny too, because like
It's right there.
how people talk about they move around in the snow and stuff like that. I be like, snow? Yeah, I'm in the house.
I have no reason to.
I ain't finna go nowhere. I ain't got nowhere to go. And if you ask me to go somewhere, if I can't walk, I'm not going.
The interesting thing, I remember going back to Snowmageddon, I remember I worked for a lady who was from New York. And
Sub zero.
I've been in sub-zero weather in Minnesota. I have seen that Minnesota can get very cold, and mm-mm.
I don't want to. You see how I'm frowning up like it's like extremely hot.
But I remember my manager at the time of Snowmageddon was like, "It ain't gonna do nothing. Y'all just don't know how to drive in Georgia." And I was like, "All right, well, I get off at 2:30, so I'm gonna go ahead and go."
Yeah.
And she was like, "We staying here till 7." I was like, "Good for y'all. I'm not."
Yeah.
She was like, "We're staying until we close." I worked at the jewelry store. And I was like, "Good for you." And then she got stuck in her car for 13 hours. I was like, "I guess you didn't know how to drive in snow either, huh?"
Yeah. The issue is not driving in the snow, it's the preparation for it.
No,
Because
I understand that,
yeah,
but she was reducing it to y'all don't know how to drive in snow. And I was like, "You're driving on untreated highways that have been rained on all day and are freezing as the rain is dropping,
yeah,
and then it starts snowing, combined with they didn't let school out early enough, So all these people are on the roads together,
at one time.
and you're just saying y'all don't know how to drive in snow.
I want to know how that baby doing.
Okay.
So you remember somebody had a
I do
baby?
remember. I don't remember the baby's name, but I used to share the post every year
Oh
on
yeah.
Facebook.
I want to know how that baby doing because that baby should be famous.
Mhm. It was a
Because
baby born on the side of the road
in the
in the
snowmageddon,
snowmageddon because the mama and daddy couldn't make it to the hospital.
because they couldn't get to the hospital.
Hmm.
Um, you remember? You didn't see Baby X Kids, did you?
I have seen Baby's Kids,
You
but I
remember
have
when they
never
was telling
watched
it?
it
It was
in
a,
one sitting.
it was a like they was telling the story. It was Dolomite. Now that I know who Dolomite is, they was telling the story about Dolomite
Okay.
at I think it was at the beginning or at the bar or
Mm.
something like that. I want to be able to tell a story like that. Just that animated and stuff. That was a side note in my head. What else happened this week? Oh, I went back to the office.
Oh yeah. Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, that was funny.
I
Um,
moved from Alaska to avoid the snow. Every time I see a tiny flake down here, I get ignorant. These people don't know how to deal with snow. I have family, of course, that lived in Alaska. None of them live places where it snows regularly.
yeah,
Actually, one of my cousins just moved to Charlotte. So I guess
do it
technically
snow
it
regularly.
not regularly, but he has the higher chance of getting snow because one of his sisters is in Florida and his other sister is in coastal South Carolina. So not a lot of snow. I'd rather snow than sleet any day. Good morning from the
Good
DMV.
morning.
Good morning.
I I like to see the snow, but I like it need to snow. Like when did this snow? It snowed Friday.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's how I like it. If it snow on a Friday and I don't have to go nowhere, uh, you know, for the next few days,
I ain't gonna lie to
I'm
you.
good to
If it
go.
would have snowed on Wednesday and they would have told you to come into the office on Thursday, I would have been like, you're not going.
I've been like, man, I can't get out my driveway.
Throw some ice cubes in the driveway. I'm not doing this.
Man, my car slid off the sliding, trying to get off my driveway. Man, I can't make it. Especially that I can drive, work from home and stuff.
And you have your device with you to work
Yeah,
from
like
home.
man, don't be trying to get me to come in.
This is when working from home backfires though, because everybody else in your life that goes into an office is just at home doing nothing. And I'm
Yeah,
like, well, I still gotta go to work.
ah, it's all right. Um, it was so funny though, man. Lily wanted me to bring my drone out so bad. I was like,
Hmm.
man, I don't remember how to cut this thing off.
I hope your footage, I haven't looked at it yet, but I hope your footage of the garden is good.
Yeah,
Granted, it's not, it's just gonna be 6 beds covered in snow because I didn't have anything growing out of it.
yeah, we want y'all to come get this. I don't mind the snow. I enjoy it more now because like seeing Lily go outside and play, and you know she wasn't out there all day and stuff. She was like, "Hey, it's time to go in."
Yeah, she was the one that was like, all right, I'm ready to go in the house. I'm cold. And we got her out of her clothes and she stood in front of the a space heater
Yeah.
like this.
So it's like just
I was
you
like,
know
that would have been the time to have the fireplace lit.
yeah, just seeing them enjoy themselves, and Quad gets to go out there and have fun and stuff. That was that's the thing that I like, because it's like as an adult you've been there and done that.
Hmm.
Like my biggest memory of snow is in the I think it was 93,
Hmm.
the blizzard.
Yeah.
That was the best time I had. We had to wait till it finished snowing, but you know, I didn't understand that. I was like, man, there's snow on the ground. Let's go. But built the snowman, snowball fight.
I remember my granddaddy used the oven to heat the house because the power went out
Yeah.
at their
Yeah, I
house.
guess.
Uh-huh. So he turned the stove on, he opened the oven door and was like, it'll catch.
Man, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
My granddaddy said it'll catch about a lot of things.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man. Cause I sure was like, if the power go out, this is what we're gonna do.
Hmm.
We-
Oh, and the power is actually, I don't know if it's still out, but it was absolutely out, literally leaving off of our street.
Yeah. I
When
was
you
like,
leave out our neighborhood, they were saying that everybody at that intersection is out. And I'm like, we are legitimately at the
yeah.
intersection. I don't know how our street was still going.
I was just like, if the power go out, the car got some gas. We'll heat up the, you know, everybody's gonna sleep in our room.
Hmm.
We're gonna heat, like, if we get too cold, we're gonna get in the car, run the car. I had a game plan.
Okay.
It was like charging computers, charge the phones.
Yep. You went through all that with me.
Yeah. So, but anyway, it's been a good weekend or start to the weekend with the snow. Going into the office was a little weird. First time back in the gym, and I felt every bit of it. I mean, every bit of it. In the gym, everybody was telling each other, "Hey," and I ain't seen you in a while, and Happy New Year. So that was cool. But yeah, that's what I got for this week. What about you?
Everything in life was the same for me.
Yeah.
I did have to go out. I went ahead and went out on, I think it was Wednesday, to get the
Mm.
things that we needed as far as groceries were concerned. I wasn't snow grocery shopping. Like, I still don't understand the milk, bread, and eggs of it all. We did record the kids in the snow. Um,
Y'all probably maybe it's a chance that y'all get to see
I'll try
it.
to get him or me to do something with it. But the kids, I mean, Wednesday I went out with Quad. We did some grocery shopping and got everything that we needed because people were saying that the grocery stores were stupid
Yeah.
on.
But they're always like that, man. That's the big issue is that the grocery stores, like people go in there and they buy unreasonable things. Like you buy bread, okay, I see you can make a sandwich. But why you buying all this milk?
I guess because it won't go bad outside. And I'm like, I don't even drink milk like that. Like,
Right.
we use milk for cooking, and usually we do almond milk when we're doing milk for cooking.
Mm-hmm.
But no, not doing it.
It's just
And
I
what?
don't
How
know.
you gonna cook the eggs?
I hope not with milk.
But I'm saying, if you buy this stuff for the power to go out, how you gonna cook the eggs? Cause they was out there really buying eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that's how that's one, like, I would be lost. We very seldom buy canned goods at all. I buy most of my vegetables frozen, either fresh or frozen.
Because canned goods got preservatives in it that aren't healthy for you. So
Yeah, I said this year I'm going to buy a pressure canner and try to start canning our things fresh. Um,
you just gotta eat it.
what do you mean you
No,
just
I'm just
gotta eat
saying,
it?
like it's like because you don't have the preservatives in canned goods are so that 10 years later they're still good
Mm-hmm.
to eat. But you shouldn't be eating something 10 years later.
That was me. Like, Tommy's been on a Triscuit kick.
Oh man, if y'all ain't had Triscuits, please go try them.
So I bought him some Triscuits. I bought us some wheat thins. I got us some cookies. Um, yeah, I tried to get some snacks, make sure that the kids had like applesauce and juice and stuff like that.
So the people in the north, when it snows, what do y'all do? Like,
Business as usual. Unless it's a blizzard.
I mean, like, so they don't go to the store. Like, oh, gotta get to the store today, and stuff like that. They just be like,
Probably
all
a
right.
blizzard.
Mm.
Remember that year that it was just like dumping snow on Chicago and like the Midwest?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't know what y'all be doing, but I guess people were still going to the stores. They was just staying in as much as they could.
Yeah,
But mm-mm.
man, it's just I don't know, man. I just think people think that we overreact when it snows, and probably, and I'm fine with that. But
It's because we don't see it
It's
often,
something
and
we're not used to.
it's okay for
Yeah.
like I would like to be on the side taking the precautions rather than dealing with everything else.
Oh,
I always keep some non-perishables on the shelf in case of power outages or snow. They do. I lived in Jersey for several years. When a blizzard is forecast, they go crazy. Regular groceries, extra water, comfort food. That makes sense.
yeah. I was like, well, we got a grill.
I was definitely thinking that. I was like, I have chicken, I have steak, I got uh ground beef. Like Tommy can get out there. You got some charcoal. We can get
Yeah.
out there and grill
Yeah.
some burgers.
Look now, we gonna eat good.
I went and bought him these pans to make vegetables in on the
Yeah,
grill.
yeah.
So I'm like, we can have a regular meal.
Right.
The only thing we ain't gonna get good is bread.
We don't want to wait to the last minute. Yeah, I feel you on that.
We only went if we hadn't done our regular shopping, but otherwise we were going to work or school. Like nothing
Man,
changed.
shoot. They say snow on the ground. I'm looking across the news when I was in high school. Looking across, do it say my school? My county.
We don't even turn on the news like that, like the local news.
What your Uncle Grill, man?
So our kids don't even understand that yet. Like, but let me tell y'all, I got 4 text messages, 2 emails, a notification from Class Dojo, like from Lily School from Class Dojo, on top of a couple of other things. And I was like, y'all, I got it. I know that they out of school tomorrow.
Steak.
And
I'm
I'm
not a
sorry, y'all.
great.
Quad is having
I'm
a
not a
full
great
conversation
steak
with us. And nobody
cooker on
knows
the
what he's
grill,
saying.
man. Still working on that.
Why y'all don't go to y'all daddy first? Oh, never mind. He ain't even come to me. I see. Agree, a grill is a great idea, and you should have non-perishable stocked up.
Yeah. This dude here, man, something else. But yeah, what was we talking about? Quad is distracted
Mm.
as I don't know what.
He just said, "Mom, look, he's looking for the snow."
Feel you cool with snow. You know?
You can't find
That'll
it.
definitely keep things cool. Put
Okay,
beers and all type of stuff in there.
I'm sorry. Quiet is very distracting to me. Telling me he can't find it. He has opened the blinds at his eye level and keeps telling me to look.
Mm. So things that happened
Yeah.
this week. Fox Sport is being sued by I think she's a hairdresser or she did his hair. Skip Bayless's hair. Oh, she said adorable. Man, we need okay. Um so basically
Yeah, former hairstylist.
former hairstylist is suing Fox Sports for what's the like I'm trying to figure out my word. SA or
Advances.
yeah, S advances. Is that better?
Yeah,
That's something I can say. She was offered 1.5 mil. Allegedly, she was offered 1.5 mil to can we say the S word?
To sleep with him?
Yeah. Oh, we can say that. Yeah. So she was offered allegedly 1.5 million to sleep with Skip Bayless.
Mm-hmm.
And she said it was other advances to like at her as well. Um
So was she his
I
hairstylist?
think she cut it. She did his hair, but did other people's as well. Um,
Get him some juice. Get him some juice.
get y'all some juice. You don't want that? Okay, that's fine. We'll get your brother one.
Oh, she rolled her neck at you and everything.
Man.
She said, "I don't want any juice."
Yeah. So first off, Shannon Sharp was not a part of this. Had nothing to do with it. Um, God, that's like first off, who's offering that much money for some vagina? That's ridiculous. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's the first thing. The second thing is it's like, ain't he married? Ain't Skip Bayless married?
I don't know. Yes, Lily.
And I'm like, what your wife think about that, man? There you go, boss.
When we
All
get
right, go
done, I
watch
will.
Paw Patrol. All right, go
When
ahead.
we get done, I will.
Go do your thing, man. Go do your thing. You heard him? He said, "Come on, Lily."
I'm trying to see if Skip is married. Yeah, he's married to a lady named Ernestine.
That is such an old name. Um,
I mean, Skip
somebody.
is 73.
I mean, and this happened in let's say 2016. Plaintiff officer said Dixon, executive vice president of content, groped her at a party and sexually pursued other women employees. Fox Sports host Joy Taylor, who dismissed her name is Faraji. I don't know how to say her first name. When she confided in her about the groping incident in 2017 and began mocking her accent in 21 in one of the lawsuits, more salacious claims. The plaintiff says that Taylor engaged in a sexual relationship with Dixon to get a position on Undisputed. Hmm. Faraji is alleging, says that she was forced to endure a misogynistic, racist, ableist
Hmm.
workplace where executives and talent were allowed to
You like the
physically and
video?
verbally abuse workers with impunity. It includes counts of sexual battery, hostile work environment, retaliation, and wrongful termination. Suit be certified as a class action. The complaint alleges includes allegations on behalf of other anonymous Fox employees. That's crazy. Dang, they just up there doing whatever they want.
I ain't gonna say they. I'm gonna say he.
Well, um, would you take the money?
No. I'm gonna get more
1.5 million.
when I tell everything that Skip said and
I
did.
mean, yeah,
First off, no, don't want you.
yeah.
I was about to say he got worms. I'm not sure,
Don't
but
say
I
that
don't
man
want
got
it.
worm.
I don't want it.
I personally don't. I look at Skip Bayless as being like a villain now because I didn't like the way that he
Skip.
how he was talking to Shannon Sharp. She said I would. Thank you, High Vibe, for being a realist. Because I can't say that I would. Not like if it like let's say female Skip
Mhm.
was like Tommy.
Skip Isha.
Yeah, Skip
Skipper.
Isha. Skip Isha.
Skipper. I
Skipper.
guess you be Skip Isha because you
Yeah.
black.
Yeah, right. Skip Isha says, Tommy, I give you 1.5 for you to hit this thing. I'll be like, let me call my wife real quick. One time, let me call my wife. All right, baby, 1.5 million. And we can put half away for taxes just in case for
Why would
1.5
you need to
million.
put it into taxes?
I'm just saying, I'm an accountant and I always think
I would
about
be like,
taxes
Skip,
first.
first off, as the accountant's wife, the first thing that I would say is, Skip, how you gonna give me that much money without me having to report it?
I'm just saying, don't matter how you got it. Is that hey, I'm just trying to do my part and pay my taxes on this money, but but it'll definitely be a conversation between you and I first, and then
Does
what if
my face say the hell no that I mean?
I honestly I would like you wouldn't think about it.
No.
You wouldn't.
Mm-mm.
I'd be like, shh, 1.5. What all you gotta do? Nah, but I think that
This is
is
a hostile work
I
environment, and
think
I
that
need
is
compensation.
that's and I mean like it'll be ultimately your decision, but it's like what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Not it would be ultimately your decision,
Yeah,
but
ultimately.
I'm willing.
I mean, we can talk about it. It's a discussion. Like let's be for real. It's a discussion. It's definitely in my book. If Skip Isha, if she was like, "Hey, 1.5,"
So if the shoe was on the other foot and I was doing Skip's hair, you would have been like, "Go on, take the money."
man, we would discuss. We would weigh out the pros and cons. You
You
hear
are
me?
terrible.
We would weigh it out. I'm saying that's all I'm saying. When I heard this, I was like, we would definitely have to talk about it. But ultimately, you have the final
I
say
am
so.
I am repulsed. He got worms. Ew.
Man, right? You get a little
Ernestine just staying along to get along. Ernestine know that she ain't gonna find nobody else in her 70s
man.
that that's bringing in the income that Skip is bringing in,
Yeah,
and her life is where she wants it to be.
man. It's
Gone in
just
your room. What's his real name?
pimp my wife. I ain't pimping my wife, but come on, man. We looking at it like we done gave
John.
we done had
That's his name.
we done slept with people that you like, it's like you don't get nothing out of it. It's like we done had good times, bad times.
You gotta stop selling yourself short then.
Man, not 1.5 is selling yourself short.
I'm talking about the other people that you had sex
No, I
with.
mean like I'm just having sex with. We can say sex, right? I'm
I guess.
I'm trying to work on the
It's an
words.
act.
Like anyway, I just think it's wild.
What you saying sounds consensual, I guess.
I'm just saying it's wild, and Fox Sports should be ashamed of themselves. I really, personally, I didn't. I I really stopped like consuming Skip Bayless after he basically was downplaying Shannon Sharp's greatness,
Hmm.
and the reason why is because I mean, like I saw Shannon Sharp play.
They are messing with that space heater.
They are, and they're gonna be in there burning up, or it's gonna be off. So, but yeah, man, that was something I was like, I wonder would she take the money talking about you.
Mm-mm.
Um,
Mm-mm. That
that
man got worms.
man got worms. That's crazy. Um, but yeah,
And Skip and his wife haven't been together that long.
they have it.
They married in 2016.
Hmm. Dang.
As a single woman, it's a thought, although I don't know if I really would do it, especially if I was married.
Yeah, that's it. And I mean,
I think that as a single woman, I would not have had sex with him. However, and comma, I would have gotten some money out of the
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, like you can't say that
deal.
and don't expect there's not going to be a repercussion in some shape, form, or fashion.
That's the
That's what
culture
I
at
was
Fox,
saying.
even the news division. Remember Gretchen Carlson and Megan Kelly's lawsuits?
Yeah, they made a movie about that, right?
Mhm.
I think they did.
I went to Fox News, like their newsroom, on a media trip to New York, and there weren't enough black people for me. Like I counted the black people,
Yeah,
and counting the custodians, I only saw 3.
it didn't count as it didn't pass the black people test.
Mm-mm. It only had 3 black people, and that was counting one of the custodian workers, who was
um,
very, very friendly. And it's probably because she was like, "Wow, black people,
yeah, man,
what y'all doing here?"
I just really think it's sad when it comes to you putting people in a position that you know um they have to make decisions like that,
Hmm.
because it's like you're now dangling a carrot in front of somebody to see if they take the bait. And I think you shouldn't. I don't think you should play with people like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, if this is going on there, like they need to revamp that whole thing. Like the with the Fox News, I know about that, and they got sued. I think them folks still on TV.
Yeah.
But I just don't like people you abusing their power like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that it's easy to do.
Yeah.
Because the expectation of certain things is there. So that's crazy. Speaking of expectations,
Did you used to watch Mad TV?
no.
Oh, okay.
We never expected a crocodile to fake like they're drowning.
I saw that video. I was like, this can't be real.
I mean, me scrolling Instagram one day, I saw a video of a crocodile faking like they're drowning.
Mm-hmm. But like
The little hands look like a little human
they
hand.
look like little kids.
Yeah.
Like, do crocodile fingers really look like that? Let me see. Crocodile
Man, they should have got fired
anatomy.
for essay accusations. I think some of it goes too far. With the accusations.
The front ones do resemble fingers.
Mm-hmm. Man, it looks so, because I saw it at the part where the hands was just coming out the water. I was like, oh no. And then I read the comment, the caption. I was like, dang.
Somebody out here like, let me go save this baby. Oh God, that ain't a baby.
Ooh, that ain't no baby there.
That is really jarring.
Is it not scary?
That is very scary.
Goodness, man. You think
And like, how far out in the water are crocodiles?
man, they land in the sea.
I know, but
Animals. Are they animals? They're not
like
animals.
reptiles. Excuse me.
Can you train a crocodile?
So we used to worry about crocodiles and alligators when I lived in Louisiana.
What's the difference?
I don't know. One of them you see later, and the other one after a while. I don't know. I don't know.
See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile.
Let me see. Difference.
They always put me in the mindset of these are the closest things we got to dinosaurs.
Difference between actually chickens.
Hmm?
Chickens are derived from dinosaurs.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in over the pond, the Atlantic Ocean.
Sounds like you're from England.
Yeah, somewhere over there.
Uh-huh.
That they have
Tommy
like
says that a lot, by the way. Sounds like you're from England.
it's
I know.
From, oh, okay.
I know it's from, but I'm saying you say it a
movie is
lot.
it
I
from?
don't know. You
Forgetting
told me.
Sarah Marshall.
You told me.
Yeah.
Didn't see it.
You did see it. We watched it together.
I don't remember.
God, goodness.
Alligators have a broad, rounded snout with a U shape, and crocodiles have a narrow, pointed snout with a V shape.
That's the only difference.
Mm-hmm. Alligators prefer fresh water, such as the Florida Everglades, and crocodiles prefer salt water or brackish water, such as the Amazon, Nile, and Zambezi rivers. So I'm assuming we had alligators.
Yeah, because that was in the thing with the hands was in Indonesia.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying in Louisiana, I'm assuming we had alligators.
Yeah.
There was a swamp that we had to cross to get home. And there would be alligators in that. And that's the only time that I'd be like, nah, I'm not gonna walk. Y'all come get me.
Man, I was watching it was I want to say Glory Road or something. It was about the in 2005 Hurricane Katrina.
Mm-hmm.
And it was this basketball team that ended up winning the state.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like they stayed after Katrina happened, and so they had to practice like differently, and all these guys came together to play at the same school. They were rivals at first, and so thank you, sir. And so the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, man, I know they got alligators. I'm like, I wonder what was the count for that, like during that time, man, because like we were watching, we was in college freshman year, just got there.
Mm-hmm.
and we're watching it, and we're like, "Golly, this is happening and stuff." So, um, that's my experience with it. But, I don't know why I was talking about that or where I was going with that. I'm sorry.
It's
I was
okay.
just talking at
I,
that point. But
I don't know.
alligators, crocodiles, faking drowning to eat humans is crazy work. And it's
Like, what does they diets normally consume of?
humans
Can't be just humans.
or anything. I imagine that they are
What do
predators.
crocodiles eat? Insects, snakes, turtles, snails, slow moving fish, small mammals, and birds. Large adults may eat small calves and very rarely people. Very rarely.
Yeah, that's I don't know. I can't say, but I don't want to be in a situation where I have to make a decision
Mm-mm.
about
Dogs, cats, humans.
it. you know.
I I remember you probably remember it too, that story about the little kid at Disney
Hmm.
that got bit by the crocodile or alligator.
No, I don't remember
It's been some years ago. They were staying on property at Disney,
that. Hmm.
and there's like a area that they tell you don't go in, and the kid ran off in that area,
Hmm.
and that gator got him.
Yeah, man. So being surprised
Hmm.
is I love surprises, but there's certain surprises that I'm just like I don't want.
You don't love
No, I
surprises.
do. I
I'm gonna
do.
tell you why I know you don't
Why?
love surprises, because if I be like, "Hey, I gotta talk to you about something,"
No, that's not a surprise. That is not a surprise, ma'am. I do not want you like you don't start a conversation about with somebody saying, "Hey, man, I need to talk to you about something."
Suspense,
Right? It's no,
surprise.
that's not a surprise. That's a what you need to talk to me about. I'm gonna talk to you later about it. No, bro. What is it? Like now I'm gonna be thinking about what you possibly could be needing to talk to me about, man. That is nerve wracking. That's what that is. But a surprise is to me
Hmm.
something happening right then and there
Hmm.
that you be like, surprise, we won the lottery. Surprise me with that. What's up, man? Take
I
it
give you
with you.
20 minutes, okay? Okay. 20 minutes.
Man, go ahead. I don't know what's wrong with these folks, these little folks of mine. Where are the
20
wheels at?
minutes,
Because that's the
okay?
second one without the wheel.
I keep breaking them off.
That is the second one. That is the second one. Where's the wheel? Why? It's not supposed to.
Okay, go
Anyway,
to the
go
room
ahead.
now. Go to
Go
your
ahead.
room.
Go ahead. But yeah, so
I'm turning it on.
speaking of surprises, man, Rickey Smiley announced that he was surprised
Surprise, surprise.
by finding out that he has 5-year-old twins.
I think they're both girls.
And they're both girls. He says, I don't want to run away from being a father, and she's not the type of mom who would keep a child from a dad. Almost 1 year since his adult son passed away. You remember that happened.
Mhm.
I don't know how, but
It was drugs.
it was drugs. Rickey Smiley was really would like openly, hurt. Like he was like that really hit him, which I get it. That's his son. Um, Rickey Smiley discovered that he is the father of a 5-year-old twin girls. While an announcement was made on the Smitty and D podcast last week, the 56-year-old said he received the news in January 2024. Almost a year to the day he lost his 32-year-old son. He says she and Smiley are still friends. He explains, so he has actually known his twin girls their whole life. That was the crazy part for me. Is like I saw him describing the situation. I don't know how he figured it out.
What happened was she went to court with the man that she had been telling was the daddy,
Hmm.
and the DNA test said he was not the father.
Oh, so she had to think back. Who else did I have sex with?
It just so happens
Ricky.
to be Ricky Smiley
Ricky.
and little Daryl. I personally don't think that was a surprise at all. Ricky knows who he been messing with. I wonder, did you ever look at the twins and think, that baby look like me?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure once he was told it's not your baby,
Mm-hmm.
or openly know that somebody else's baby was it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he probably didn't think about it. Them being, I guess they were friends, or some. Yeah, they had to be friends. He was going to the birthday party and everything. I mean, come on,
He
man.
was waiting on her to say, "Hey, these yours."
I don't know. I don't think so. But oh my goodness, man, what is wrong with this
You
boy?
just sit down. Lily went in your room. Okay. Can you go in her room? Okay, in my room. Okay, well go
Yeah,
in
that's
your
what I'm saying.
room.
They were still cool. Like he was Uncle Ricky, essentially.
Now he Uncle Daddy.
Now he daddy. um,
I always wonder because I know several people who have gone through the dang, that ain't my daddy.
mhm.
Nobody that I've been able to, you don't know what that does to the kid.
Yeah.
Of course, the earlier they find out about it, probably the less traumatic it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
So at 5, it probably is confusing for them. But if you tell them long enough that that other dude not their daddy, they ain't gonna even remember the other guy
Right.
at 5.
Right.
Cause I was just thinking about, I showed Lily a picture of her, like her bestie from pre-K, and she was like, "Who is that?"
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "You don't remember her?" She was like, The fact that you decipher what Qua was saying was true, mommy. Y'all didn't hear the my room.
I knew what he said too.
He doesn't call Lily Lily. He calls her Nini. So he said
Yeah,
Nini in my room.
yeah, that's crazy. Uh, but nah, I think obviously I have one side. I'm privy to the feeling.
She said nope.
But no, like just seeing it and hearing it, like man, I'm pretty sure he found out that she was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
The question said, "Hey, is this baby mine?"
Mm-hmm.
And she says no. That's the last he thinks about it.
Mm-hmm.
They're cool with each other, so he's around. If he's willing to be around the kids and stuff like that, because like why am I thinking about it? We just had sex, or we was having sex, and you say he the daddy.
And they was doing the butt.
Yeah, and then come to find out that's not true. So now you have to look at it a different way. So
You think she knew?
probably had an idea. Like, cause it's like, how can you tell from a woman's perspective? I never would figure this out. How can you tell? Dang, I don't know how to even ask this question without sounding crazy. How can you tell which one hit the egg? Whose soldier hit the egg?
So my assumption would be that when you find out you pregnant and they count back from your last missed period, which is what they do when you go in and have the ultrasounds and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
I would be like, all right, so it was Ricky and it was Travis. The day them babies was born, we would have got a DNA test in the hospital.
Yeah. I wish they would just give them.
I really do wish that that was a thing. Like if you just included in the labor and delivery fees, because my thought process, especially being on this side where my husband has been impacted by a child not being his, I literally, it would not bother me for you to be like, I'm swabbing both of y'all in the hospital. Like,
Mhm.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Can you give us the results by discharge? Or is that a possibility or anything?
Yeah.
Because it definitely will help.
No, your results will come in the mail.
Well, I'm saying it'll help because you got to fill out the the paperwork to get the birth certificate.
Yeah.
Like that'll help you know who last name to put on.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, because Quad. Let's see. Pull it up on that one. Well, I guess I don't know, man. Trying to figure out what I need to do. Oh, okay, we're back. Thank you for letting me know.
I don't know what Quad just touched, but he took out.
It don't like he ran over my power surge or he stepped on it. He probably touched the power surge and cut everything off.
And now he took his scooter and gone.
Yeah.
Um.
I don't forgot what I was saying.
Oh, I'm not back.
Tap on your mic for me.
She said I'm not back.
Oh. Oh, okay. I know why. I wonder why it resets like that.
All right, am I back now?
Not Artika, but Tommy T is here. I wonder what Quad called himself Tommy T.
No,
Why you say that?
he don't even like refer to himself as Tommy.
And be like, Quad, the Lily don't either. Quad Townsend.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but yeah, I just think
Oh, that's what we were saying.
what
In the hospital, like I would not be offended if I was told, "Hey, you got to swab my husband to make sure that that's the
yeah,
daddy."
yeah.
And the baby can't have a last name until those results come in. I mean, we had to wait
Go back upstairs.
for me to go pick up his birth certificate for it to actually be registered in the county. Um, I think he was almost not 2 years, Jesus, almost 2 months old before I could go pick up his birth certificate. Same, I think I could pick up Lily's a little bit earlier though. They had a backlog from COVID
Yeah.
by the time he was
Oh,
born. I picked
yeah.
up Lily's while my mom was still
Yeah, because
here.
she went with you.
Yeah. But I I think that we have to stop making it so offensive to question paternity because you know that that's your baby. This man does not. Okay. I think when Tommy got up, he hit something too. It went out when you got up. That's why I'm deducing it to you.
You waited that long?
Waited that long for what?
Like I was up anyway. Go ahead.
What are you talking about?
Like I was up there for at least 2 minutes.
You up?
I don't. I'm
Ooh,
trying. Oh, it doesn't have the right camera for some
the
reason.
camera's just not on.
Okay, y'all. He's switching us back to whatever. I don't know what happened over there.
No.
Okay, she just said the sound is on and we're good, but our screen is still saying the mic was unplugged. I don't know what Quad did, but he took the whole production down.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, we got one last thing to talk about. We'll be out of here.
All right, well, we need to make sure we got sound.
I am, Marty. Keep talking.
I don't know what to keep talking about.
What was you talking about?
Rickey Smiley, get a DNA test, everybody.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the end of that.
Nah,
Because
the issue with like DNA tests and stuff is like the woman or the man feels like the woman doesn't doesn't allow for the man to express concern. Like if he says anything about, well, maybe this baby ain't mine or something like that, then the man can get some type of or the woman feels a certain type of way, and a lot of times that we don't want what you point.
I want you to exit out of this so
Oh,
I can try
am.
to pull us back in.
But the man just or the woman doesn't feel like the woman feels like they shouldn't question that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like this it's the weirdest thing, man. But you know, you just something you got to deal with. So.
I was trying to get him to hurry up, but he couldn't talk and click buttons at the same time.
No, because my mind is going three different places. I'm thinking about it. I gotta think about everything.
Well, I didn't want you to think. I wanted you to click.
Man, I gotta think about what I'm doing, man. That's the tough part.
Anywho, hopefully this is back, and hopefully we can get through this last thing without the mics going back out again.
Yeah, we should be able. We should be good.
Okay. So yes, the last thing are these California fires. We definitely had that on our list of stuff to talk about. And thank you, D. Prove my point. What? It did go out when you stood up.
Well, ain't nothing I can say about that. Go ahead.
Go. This you got Love Brew, bro.
The California fires, like it's like this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I think they said they are at 8% containment, which they should be at 100% containment for it to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Go back upstairs. Go ahead. Go back upstairs.
I didn't even see what the percentage of containment was. I got really aggravated while watching a couple of videos on, I think it was Instagram, may have been TikTok, of people waiting until their yards were on fire before they evacuated. And I was like, I don't play with fire like that.
Man, it's crazy to see the videos of people. Like it's two videos I've seen. One, it was some guy, and it's always white dudes. We young white dudes talking about some. One dude, he was like, I can't take it anymore. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta go. We gotta go. And
who are you saying you sorry to? This is your life in jeopardy, like not mine.
It's almost like it's a reach for content. You know what I'm saying? Like I get like this certain things you just record because you want proof that like is this really happening? Like you're extremely shocked, but make sure you're safe.
Like that lady that I watched taking the turtles with her.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, that's content.
Right.
because you were gonna take them regardless, but nothing
Hmm.
was on fire
Right.
in their immediate vicinity.
No, these videos that I saw, these guys were in the house, fire surrounded them,
Mm-hmm.
and it was one video they got out, but they had to be rescued.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other video was like their street was like it's something of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Their street is on fire. It's the tree in their front yard
That's the one that I was talking
was
about.
falling on fire in front of their house. And I'm like, bro, like why does it take you so like I would have been out.
So, for looking at the maps, these things happen like on the northwest.
Yeah.
Um.
It seems like it happened in the richer part of California.
Mm-hmm. Although people have been trying to say, Altadena, which is an area where the fires are, was a largely black area. And I was like, well, I looked at the census records and it didn't say that it was black people, unless the black people just weren't filling out the census.
I thought everybody had to fill out.
I mean, you're supposed to, but people be getting away with not doing it.
Yeah.
The saddest part was seeing older people choose possessions over themselves. I know they worked hard for what they had, but nothing is worth your life. I didn't see any videos of any older people. I did watch some guys basically try to get their horses out.
Yeah.
They were like walking with like 4 or 5 horses, and they were like, how many more do you have? He was like, we let them all loose.
Yeah.
Like they're running.
Right.
And
That's basically all you can do.
and I think about it like we have people in our neighborhood that have horses. It's not uncommon for us to look on the neighborhood app and be like, your horse was running down the
Your horse
street.
got out.
Like we don't know whose horse it is because there's multiple people with horses. But that's just
Yeah, that's what it was.
yeah.
High five. You
So
have
it's been
everywhere.
predominantly, it was predominantly black, but it's been gentrified now. So that makes sense. But they're saying that, the hills were on fire. We talked to Lisa Ray,
Mhm.
who's in LA.
She's okay.
She's okay, but she was like, if the fires make it to downtown LA, it's a
It's
wash.
a done deal. Man, but you know what like at first I wasn't paying much attention to it because it always happens.
Yeah, there's always wildfires.
But then I started paying attention to it because they were like it's still top of the news.
Mhm.
And then you hear rumors of people starting the fires. Like it's news. I don't know the name, and I was reading the article last night, but they basically it was an incident where a guy had a blowtorch lighting fire. I don't know where he was at, but he was lighting fires in like the city area
Mhm.
and or walking around with a blowtorch while this is going on. Like, bro, come on, man.
And the winds are crazy, which makes sense how the fire is spreading.
Yeah.
Because a lot of content creators that I watch live in LA.
Yeah.
So them just going on about their regular day is still like in the midst of all of this chaos and confusion. But the conspiracy theories of they needed to kill everything to have I think it's Smart City 2028 or something like that.
The LA Olympics.
No, it was like a initiative to make a smart city. And they were
Uh-huh.
like, we can't just go into these neighborhoods and fix stuff. So if you get rid of the stuff in the neighborhoods, you don't have to.
You have to rebuild it
Yeah.
the way you want to. It's first off, I'm curious to know how this started
Mhm.
because again, you think did somebody start this or did this naturally start? Because personally, I don't know when that because it's not really clear to me that because the area is so dry. First off, I didn't know it didn't rain like that.
You never heard the song?
I
It never rains
I
in
have,
Southern
but it was a song. Like I don't understand why it does not rain regularly in California. Like that doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
And I was like, it don't rain in the desert. Like somebody was like, it's like a desert. A desert is very dry. I was like, it don't rain in deserts.
Deserts, it's classified as a desert because of precipitation,
Oh,
not because it's dry, like touching dry,
well, I never
but it's
knew that.
because of the amount of precipitation that they
Oh,
get.
but it's like, man, okay, so how did this thing start? It's spreading like crazy
And the
because I
wind
think
is
they got
spreading
like
it.
4 or 5 different fires, and all of them have names.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the more affluent area of Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
So you understand that there's devastation there,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not the type of devastation that they can't restart or rebuild.
Well, I mean, individuals are gonna have a tough
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's like the wealthier part of because I noticed Brentwood is where OJ used to stay. Only reason I know is because I watched
You
the OJ.
did a lot of deep dives on OJ
Yeah,
content.
I did a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loved OJ
Until they didn't.
until they didn't. Um,
The deadliest type of juice there is.
yeah, but it's just wild to see. Like you see the pictures. Like somebody showed a picture from a plane. I was like, I've seen this in the movie before.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you're looking at it and you're like, good God, drone ran into one of the water planes,
Mm.
put the plane down
Mm.
for like they can't put that plane back up until Monday.
Mm.
And that's I get it. You want to see it, but man, they trying to put this thing out. They
The
ran
deep,
out of they ran out of water.
I like it's. I know that
How do
the
you run out
water
of
that they're
water?
using for fires. Oh yeah, that was wild to me too. Because how you just gonna cancel my fire insurance policy?
Right, like, and then this
This
happened.
is just fueling the
So,
conspiracy
so my
theories.
question is, they canceled I think it happened like 2 or 3 months ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
They canceled the fire insurance, but does that mean that the people that already had policies don't have that fire
If
insurance?
they cancel them, yeah.
Know what I'm saying? Like, you know how your policy go for a year,
Mm-hmm.
right? And in that year, you don't change anything on your policy or anything like that. But they canceled it 3 or 4 months ago. You still in that same policy. How can they cancel something that you've already signed off for?
I don't know. This is going to end up being considered an act of God because that's also another way that people like insurance policies get out of paying for things. Um, Acts of God, canceling policies.
Yeah.
Those two definitely work hand in hand to get rid of
Yeah,
things.
because I've been in a place where I was like, well, why did I have insurance if I still got to pay for it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, that I mean, like you feel for the people because most people, I seen a couple that had a restaurant in the Palisades. Is that what the area is called? They had a restaurant for 30 some years. Restaurant, like you're seeing these places and they're just rubble on the ground.
Yeah.
You know, um, and they're like, "Hey, my concern is our employees. Like, what can we do to help them out?" I'm like, "Man, that's like I know 30 years of having a place, man. I know, this is hard."
So I just Googled and it says that the California Insurance Commissioner has banned insurance companies from canceling or not renewing policies for homeowners that have been affected by the fires for 1 year. So that means that if you received a non-renewal for your homeowner's insurance between October 9th and January 7th, essentially the last 90 days, your insurance policy should do the right thing and retain you as a valid policy holder. Now, the thing with that is
If it's not required by law, they're not gonna do
it's like should. It's
it.
the
Right.
key
If
language.
if you're not saying law, you have to.
And they about to be cutting a lot of checks.
Because the thing about it is like what I think a lot of people don't realize. Businesses are businesses,
Mm-hmm.
not the people.
Mm-hmm.
Because as a person's just humanality would say, man, I know this is, not good for you. So, I'm gonna work something out with you. but the business doesn't have to. The business is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I didn't understand the CEO being unalived
Mm-hmm.
for United Health. Is it
Yeah, it's
United
United Health.
Healthcare?
No, it wasn't United Healthcare. Was it? It was. Turn your head. Yes, I'm in here.
But it's like, man, treat these people with respect because they're going through something that
I lost it.
I
Okay,
want to say 90% of us
Mm-hmm.
Americans not gonna have to go through.
Right. So I think that this is going to create a mass exodus from LA
Yeah,
because you don't have anywhere to go.
yeah.
And if your job is gone and your house is gone, how are you going to rebuild?
I don't know what you can do or what you should do. I honestly I'm praying for the folks in California just because it's like nobody should have to go through that.
Mm-hmm.
You know. We're seeing, like, if you look at the stuff looks like, oh my God.
It's
You
it's really sad, and like to see these people that have lost so much, and now I'm seeing all these GoFundMe's starting up for people to help people put their lives back together. But I'm like, having money to put your life back together is one thing, but at this point, you can't really start.
hmm
You can't figure out where to go next if
right,
everything is
cause
still actively on
right.
fire.
You can't be like, all right, well, I'm finna start over now.
I got $30,000. I'm a rebuild.
When you like
My God, where?
just think about the people that like have everything they had saved up in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's still people out there to do that.
Yeah.
You know? That's why I used to tell people when I worked in a bank, don't put your money in your house. If you got cash, go bury it somewhere.
I wouldn't tell you to do that either, but okay.
That's what
I never understand why people
like just put it like I'm like, put your money in the bank.
people that don't trust banks usually don't have enough money to be at the FDIC's limit of
Because right,
insurance.
because they're thinking about it from a standpoint of, but the bank making money off of your money, and they only giving you
And
0.01% back
and
in case of a fire.
and
In case of a fire.
like it always gets to me when people do the I don't want you to make anything. Like taking life insurance for an example. My family ain't finna be rich off of me. So you want them to be poor off of you?
Mm.
Because they gotta bury you. You got to clean up the old houses first. That will probably cost $15K. That's if it's even the old house there.
Now, one thing,
And we're looking at it from the homeowner
yeah,
standpoint.
my hustler's mentality is, if I lived out there, we would be like uh home restoration LLC.
Starts yesterday.
Right. Cause like I would get in and be like, man, we gotta get it. Because the city is gonna take care of it.
Yeah. It's going to be some money put into it, but once your area has completely burnt down and the fire has moved on,
Mhm.
let's start over here.
Yeah. It's gonna be a like you said, like people are gonna leave because I imagine, I don't know for sure. I imagine that it's very expensive to live in California.
It is.
Um, and we all deal with setbacks the best way we can, but this is a major setback.
Mm-hmm. And it's even worse when, usually when something happens to you, it's something that happens because it happens to you personally and you still have the capability to go to work. But what happens when your job and your house are gone?
Yeah. Right. It's like, what do you do then? You know what I'm saying?
Historically, Black folks didn't trust banks because the government or bank would literally close the bank and steal their money. My grandmother kept money in the mattress. I mean, I get it.
Yeah,
but
I get that part.
I'm
but
talking about today's
society-
people, like people my age, ain't never had the bank steal their money for anything other than an overdraft fee.
Yeah. You be 19 years old, you out here just spending money because the card would
It's still
approve,
swiping.
and then here it is, you owe the bank $1,000, and
It
you
be the
like,
same dudes that be talking about women are gold diggers and they make $8 an hour.
yeah.
You don't have any gold for the
I
women
remember
to
I
dig.
started working making like 550.
I do remember that.
I wish somebody would be like, man, I pay you 550. I'd be like, bro, that's a waste of my time. I can get out here and damn shovel snow for make more than that. How am I supposed to survive? That's another thing. That leads me into another thing, man. It's like, how do people supposed to survive when so many things are against them? In the case of the California fires, you got the insurance thing. We know that a lot of people's biggest investment is their home.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to lose, for that investment to go from, let's say, 500,000 to basically whatever the cost of the land is, because
Mm-hmm.
at this point, that's all you can sell
Mm-hmm.
is the land. Um, and you got to sell it at a discount, because before anybody can build anything or do anything with it, they got to clean it up.
Mm-hmm.
So you're selling this land at a discount, so you're already at a loss.
Mm-hmm.
The value of the land has gone down because the area is completely gone.
Mm-hmm.
So you've put your money into this, and it's like, man, come on, man. How are we supposed to um come back from this setback when everything is against us?
Yeah.
Especially the insurance thing is what pissed me completely off.
Yeah, the insurance thing is just trifling, for lack of better words. It is completely trifling. Like, you're canceling these policies for people, and it's like, because we've gotten on our home one of those things where they say they weren't renewing our insurance. I never even looked into why, because we knew that we weren't going to go with them for another year
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah.
They were just a company that first time homeowners, we didn't know what we was doing. We just had to be able to get something that fit into the loan.
Mm-hmm.
We did what we had to do to fit into the loan, and now we know better because we
Yeah.
were able to do the research and we were able to find another insurance company. But people getting these non-renewal notices in the midst of all of this, what happens if something lapsed? It's just a lot all at once. Yeah, I agree. Insurance companies do need to be heavily regulated because people be left high and dry. Like, and it's like insurance as a whole, like not any specific type, can definitely be looked at as like smoke and mirrors, because you get insurance and then they tell you, hey, we ain't gonna give you anesthesia for your full surgery.
Right. Like, what I gotta pay for that?
What? Y'all told me that this was my deductible.
Look, y'all told me I needed the surgery.
And this is as far as I can go. Where will they stay, work, or go to school while they rebuild? That will take forever. It's just too much. Yep. That's been something that I've been thinking about. That's why I think that there's going to be a mass exodus from California. People that have the means are just going to pack up and go somewhere else, middle America, and figure something out. Because there's so many stars have lost everything, like The Rock. Well, I won't say everything, that home, because a lot of these people have multiple homes. But like The Rock, Ricky Lake,
Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton's house is gone. All of these particular people will be able to just set up shop somewhere else or in another house that they already own and just figure it out from there. But it really concerns me about the people who were just getting by in their American dream. Like, I'm here, I'm working, this is where I live, and it is what it is. And one of my friends actually posted something that made me think, saying that what happens if he withholds emergency funds to California just because he can.
They, I, I really have stopped watching anything and everything that goes on. Um,
New York toll. I don't know about that.
um,
Look, I'm
any
Googling.
look anything and everything that goes on with 47, because I was tired, boss. I was tired. What you love?
You
Oh,
saying eyes tied. He didn't help Puerto Rico during that hurricane. He did not. Fires destroy the expensive areas majority of the time, while floods destroy the poor.
that's true. Um.
It's just so sad.
Oh yeah. Good morning, D Brown. It is extremely sad, and guys, pray for those folks out there, man, because nobody should have to go through that. And with that being said, guys, we finna get on out of here. Um,
I'm laughing at our children.
yeah. Go check out our page. We have our Married at First Sight review of the last episode, which
Got
boy,
out very late.
leave you can read listen to watch the video, the review, leave a comment. We're gonna discuss it on Sunday with Jack and Glenn. Hopefully Talisa's there too. Um and then so you come back tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. Join us for that. It's snow here, so I'm gonna be in the house today. But you guys get out and enjoy the weekend. What else? That
Do
is,
some more.
yeah. Do some, drink some hot chocolate with marshmallows in it, and have a great day. Is
This is your shirt. I just
it?
realized it. Yeah.
But anyway, guys, we love you, and we out. Peace.
Bye, y'all.